Well, my love of dance started at a very early age. I can remember when I was at school, I was about 6, 5, 6, and we had a class called musical movement, and they played beautiful music, and you just moved. Well, that was it. That was the start. I was in my own world. I created patterns and stories in my head. I was completely oblivious to everybody. I loved it. And then I suppose the next thing was I started ballet at about 8. And I did ballet until I was about 12, 13. And it's the biggest regret of my life that I gave it up, because academia was knocking on the door. We had O-levels in those days, and I wasn't very bright. I couldn't dance and do my academic work, and I had pressure, and so I gave it up. Anyway, then I became an actress, and the start of my career, I did loads of musicals. So many musicals on my CV that I almost looked like, oh, well, she's a musical person. But, well, I was, but I wasn't, not in the standard of the dancers, proper professional dancers. And this is in rep, although we did do a couple of things in the West End. But I loved it. I've always loved it. I've grown up with watching Fred Astaire and the Rodgers and Hammerstein musicals, and I used to act them all out in the playground, and I just danced. I just absolutely adored it. So fast forward to now, and I take class at the YMCA we have up the road with the best teachers you can imagine. Jill Baldock, you must know her. Absolutely brilliant choreographer. She teaches us. So I do jazz, and I do all sorts. I mean, Jill does amazing routines. I don't know what you'd even categorize it as. So I just love that, and I do that every week, all the time. It's just my passion. And then I also do there a mad sort of Spanish salsa Latin type dance, which is sort of dance exercise called Aero Latino, and I've got a little clip of that to show you. A bit mad, but wonderful. So that's actually what I do up there, and that's my sort of history of dance. Do I think of myself as a dancer? I do, but if somebody said to me, are you a dancer? And they do a lot. I would say no, because I am not of that very high professional standard that we have in this country. I think our dancers are brilliant, and you can see when a dancer's been trained. It's just there. But I think I like to think that I am a sort of dancer. Let me think. Well, you've heard how I feel when I dance, but do I think that dance should be more open? Well, I just watched the BBC Young Dancers, and there was a young girl. She was very young. She was about 18, 19. She was disabled, and she danced in her wheelchair, and she used the top of her body, and she couldn't even speak. I don't know quite what her disablement was, but she was wonderful, and she came out of her wheelchair. She obviously couldn't walk, but she used her limbs. And there were street dancers and hip hop dancers, and one beautiful little ballet dancer, and the whole of the different, and there was an Indian. There's so many that I think actually I think it's pretty good. And I think in our generation we had the Billy Elliot, which said boys are fine to do it, and there's a lot of boys and men who love to dance, and it's not a sort of stigma anymore. So no, I think the dance world is wonderful, and I'd love to do it.